I don't know what's not to like about this team right now.
Artie Moreno being the most perfect owner of all time.
By Paul Sorrento, the worst hitting instructor in all of baseball. It does absolutely nothing for the Angels.
The only thing I want to yell is fuck!
It's the Todd Fox Postgame Podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield postgame show with your host, Todd Fox, as we, I almost don't have any words anymore. I almost can't fathom why this team refuses to play good and plays like dog shit on a nightly basis. Again, we went to a situation where we're facing a mediocre left-hander in the urinal cake himself, and he had us held to 2 hits again. And you know this isn't Kershaw from 7 years ago, and don't give me this bullshit. I don't believe that he earned that freaking close to a perfect game last night. It's just a lack of hitting. This team refuses to hit. It's like they are on strike from trying to be competitive, trying to score runs. And Mike Trout, my back spasms again. Cry me a fucking river. You just wanted a longer weekend, dude. So, you got players playing through harder injuries, and unfortunately, Mike Trout has been soft the last few games. And again, that could be sacrilegious to a lot of Halo honks out there. But it gets me upset that, again, we've seen players play through injuries. This guy's nagging injuries continue to come about. And even when he's on the field, he's not leading this squad. He's sure not stepping up and telling guys to get their shit together. And the hitting instructors, well, they're the hitting instructors for a reason. Nacho Knight, once again, I'm just going to give it to the fucking Angels again. How do you not show up? So in a grand total of 4 games at the Chavez Latrine with all their shitty-ass fans, and then their shitty-ass fans invading our stadium because our fans are A, too scared, or they B, sell their tickets, or they're C, fair weather fans, and I don't care what the record is, you show up for a fucking rivalry game. And you know what? I'm going to throw myself in under the bus because I didn't go tonight. And it wasn't because because the rivalry game doesn't mean nothing. I wanted to go. I took a loss on my ticket. I didn't go because, I'm scared of the fans. I've been to plenty Dodger Angel games. The reason why I didn't go is they're playing like shit. You could predict that this was going to happen. I don't want to see a bunch of Dodger fans invade our stadium and celebrate and then just make fun of us. James caught enough of that crap last night. This team is playing so bad. It's like, again, like I said last night, if you don't have self-respect for yourself or you don't have any respect for the fans to play harder and put up an effort for us, for the people that pay to see you, then at least have some self-respect for yourself and try to go out there and win. Don't give me this bullshit that Kershaw and Urinal Cake are good enough to 1 hit or 2 hit or only give up 1 run again. That's bullshit. This team could score, but they just don't have the direction. They don't have the drive. They don't have the motivation. They're not being taught, and they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want and whatever. And dude, you don't think that other teams are scouting them out, realizing their faults, and just attacking? Because Urinal Cake is not having the greatest season, but he's going out there pitching like he was pitching last season. So, and Kershaw sucked last year, and he's pitching like he's, again, this is his best start, and it happened to be against the Angels. And you can look at all these other pitchers. Wow, well, so-and-so from the Royals, he had his best start. Yeah, against the Angels. He had a 7 ERA, but he pitched great against the Angels. Everyone pitches great against the Angels. But yet, again, you'll still have Halo honks. He gave up 7 runs tonight. It doesn't fucking matter. You still can't score. Brandon Marsh can strike out 200 times, but when we don't need you to hit a big home run or get an RBI, you hit a solo shot you know what? We're going to make a Who Gives a Fuck award, and that goes to Brandon Marsh on consecutive nights. Because who gives a fuck you hit a solo home run, right? You don't do this shit when we need you, when we have guys on base, when there's a game-winning situation. But, when there's nobody on and we're down 7, let's hit a solo shot. Oh, that's really great, guys. And the rest of you guys are like, yeah, let's put the cowboy hat on them. Put another sticker. Fuck the stickers. Fuck the cowboy hat. You need something for when you get doubles, when you get singles, when you get triples. Renifo tried the whole let's get together type thing. Do something else. Because whatever you're doing isn't fucking working. So in 4 games against your hated rival, whether it's at the Chavez Latrine, the toilet bowl that is that shitty stadium, the land they stole from all the hardworking Mexicans years ago. Watch my video on YouTube. It's there on Halos in the Infield if you don't believe me. All the facts are there, baby. But what I'm saying is in 4 games, you muster a grand total of 3 runs. And in all 4 games, you got shut out the first game, 2-0. You're getting no hit in the second game. And it took a Shohei Ohtani triple, and he scored on an RBI. And you scored late in the 9th inning just to get on the board and lose 4-1. Embarrassing 2-game series. So it's like, oh, everything is going to change now. The rivalry comes back to Anaheim. Anaheim's got to show up, and they got to play for the fans. They got to show the Dodgers, hey, yeah, we've been losing, but we're going to beat you before we go to the All-Star break. No! Kershaw nearly perfects us again. So not only was it embarrassing at the latrine, you almost get no hit. You come back here, and you almost get perfectoed. And then you score a useless bullshit home run in the 9th inning. Thank you, who gives a fuck award, Marsh. It didn't matter. You get a home run, like we already broke up the goddamn perfecto. We didn't need your stupid ass home run. And then, okay, tonight, hey, we're down a touchdown. It's time to hit a solo shot. Come on, Sereno's like, who wants them nachos? Who wants them nachos? Someone's got to hit a fucking home run right now. Launch angle. And then Marsh gets lucky and hits a launch angle home run. This team is pathetic. I'm sorry, but they are pathetic. And the reason why I've been sticking by them and trying to see if, man, the pitching can hold up and we could just score some runs. Just give us 3 or 4 runs and we should win a ball game. But they can't do that. And they made themselves look worse by giving up almost double digits in both these games. And these games weren't even close offensively. At least the games at Latrine, you kept them in the game. They were only within striking distance. What our commentators like to say on a nightly basis, bloop and a blast, bloop and a blast. You had them, and you couldn't do anything right there. Statue Sassy strikes out, but then in this series, it's not even close. Not even close. You got 2 hits in the 7th inning. You finally start to match their hits by the end of the game, but who gives a fuck by then? Oh, now you want to choke up the bat when it's too late? Oh, now you want to look for your pitch? Oh, now you want to protect the plate and go the other way? That shit happens late in the game. Why don't you do that the first 4 innings? Because the only thing that I've been blaming on the pitchers lately is you can't get out of the first fucking inning without giving up a run. You're already giving a shitty offense more work to do by giving up a run early. That's the only thing I've been worrying about the pitching lately. But then again, the starting pitching gets, unless it's Suarez, because Suarez can't, God forbid, he can get through the 3rd or 4th inning. And I think Randy said it best, or Fernando on our chat, our personal chat, Suarez is not a starter. I'm done with Suarez. Because by now, Suarez should have perfected the fact of to be an effective starter, I got to get through the 4th inning. And I slammed Madden earlier this year saying, why is he taking him out so early? Let Suarez pitch. Maybe Madden knew what he was doing with Suarez. Maybe he's like, oh, he's only got 4 innings in him. That's it. And maybe that's it, because it's rare when that fucker makes it out of the 4th inning. And he couldn't do it again. So, I mean, this is the most frustrating I've ever been, as an Angel fan. And I've watched some shitty baseball teams. I'm talking under 500. I'm talking 4th place. I'm talking when they used to have divisions, only 2 divisions in the American League, and they had like 9 teams in each one of them. And the Angels were down by like 7th or 8th place in those divisions. That was some shitty ass baseball. That was like, okay, we have no chance. But those teams tried. Those teams got on base. Those teams stole bases. They hit and run. They bunted. They scored runs. They were at least competitive. This team is not competitive with double the amount of superstars. And you got the pitching to win, and that's the most frustrating thing. Because, God damn it, if you take this pitching staff and you send it back in time and you say, you go pitch for the 94 Angels or the 95 Angels or whatever Angels team that had a heart offensively, I guarantee you that fucker's in the playoffs. Because this team has the heart pitching-wise anyway. They just don't give a shit when it comes to batting. You can watch any other fucking team in the league because I got all the teams at my disposal to watch. And they all try. They all look better than us. On any given night, you could watch a team losing 10-3, and you're still like, man, they put up 8 hits. They had their chances. If they would have got this bases loaded base hit, they're back in the game. You can look at those teams and say they gave an effort even in a 10-3 loss. You can't do that with the fucking Angels. You look at them and you said you never had a shot. All the Dodgers had to do was score 3 runs or more. The game was over. That's what it comes down to. And it's so frustrating. And again, this is your rival. You need to show up against your rival. The fans are making a mockery of Angel Stadium being the Dodgers, and you can't shove it in their face. You can't shut them up. You let them do whatever the fuck they want in our stadium. Fucking shame on you. Shame on you. You fucking suck. You let us down. My God, the Angels are just such a fucking joke tonight. I'm wearing a wig because I don't want to be noticed with my bald head. That's where that's from. Cool off, Todd. Cool off. Let's see. The pain train, James McIntyre checks in. Todd better be wearing a bag still. I'm not. Hey, we lost again. Yippee. But I do have a beer, Dan Rio says. Part of me is happy it's over until I realize it's only All-Star break. And Fernando, don't worry. If you didn't like the first 90 games, we got 70 more to go. 72 or whatever amount of games that are left in this fucking forgettable season. Anthony Gonzalez says, this team makes me sick to my stomach. Absolutely. And I had sushi tonight. The fact that I haven't thrown up yet is just amazing. We lost so bad, Todd grew hair just to pull that shit out. Let's see, Hunter checking in as well. Season's over. Who is taking tomorrow in the draft? The left-handed pitcher committed to Vandy. We're not taking phone calls just yet. So don't call in just yet, but I will be taking phone calls once I catch up here with the comments. Nick Tick says, I'm running out of things to say and to articulate to this crap. I'm right there with you. Alex has agreed. Nice wig. Josh says, what the fuck? Vote for Pedro. I do feel hot. Like Pedro. What a useless effort, Martin Boylan says. Absolutely. Andrew Rival says, fuck this team, man. It's so frustrating to see how pathetic they are. This season can't end quick enough, and I have never said that about a baseball team. Hold on. Don't call in just yet. I'll get to the phone calls in a minute. This season can't end quick enough. Everybody wants to hit a home run. That's the problem, Alex B. JT says, not mediocre. We're just better than you, plain and simple. Ha ha ha! Very funny, JT. This team is not better than us. We are worse than we are to ourselves, if that makes sense. Basically, we have the talent, yet we refuse to use the talent. We would actually be playing with you guys. I believe the Dodgers are better. Run franchise, better talent. I will go back on that statement. I'm just pissed that they did that to us again. My thing is just the fact that the Angels just don't have the coaching the Dodgers have. They don't have the ownership. They don't have the upper management. And it's clear to see that they don't have the food as well. I mean, the Dodgers just have better food as well, even though they play in a latrine. Let's see, Todd Presley. Oh, Mike Mendoza says Trout has been soft for the past few years. It's definitely time to restart the PlayStation and restart this season if we could only do that. Yeah, Alex says, take your Mickey Mouse ring and get the F out of here, but I say take the ring pop. It's the ring pop ring because nobody counts that as a real World Series. Come on now. They can't do it in 162, and they're going to crap out again. I'm sorry, Joseph, but they're going to get beat in the postseason again. Alex B says that not only one of the most almost hits us all every game. Sorry, got tongue twisted. Yvette says the Angels know I was being sarcastic by saying they were going to have a 5-game losing streak, right? Exactly. Christopher Trent says this team is a freaking joke. Dodger fans too poor to go up to LA. Almost a carbon copy of last night's game. James says, Lewis says we had no freaking chance to win. I hope the Halos are taking notes on how to approach and hit at the plate. They are not. Glad I didn't go. I was out with my girlfriend. Much and more enjoyable. Well, I went and had sushi tonight. I said, screw it. Nonstopping Ed says, honestly, people should boycott games, but people are too scared to do it, and it's annoying. Hold on. I will get to the phone calls. Not yet. Let's see. Anthony says, it's incredible how much Artie doesn't care about this team. Exactly. We should freaking By the way, boycott. Trade Ohtani and Trout. Anthony Gonzalez says the celebrities in today's All-Star softball game played with more heart than these bozos. I agree. They probably got more runs scored without home runs. I will just watch paint dry instead. When Marsh is your run producer over the series, you know that the boys are playing like crap. Exactly. Jesus says we suck. DFA Marsh. Jesus also says I want to cry. At least the solo homers are back in town. Drinking the Mountain Dew right now. Big shocker. Let's see. Jesus says, okay, good night, y'all. Good night, Jesus. I hate the Smurfs. Grillmaster says, the movie, great, not the team. Marsh needs to cut that greasy-ass hair of his and that beard. My dad's been saying that all year. How many times have they been by one? How many times have they only been by one run, scoring one run? If it was about time, if it was about the pitching, we were going to start slacking exactly with the hitting and the pitching. This is how we celebrate the 20th year anniversary of our championship season. The old players got to be embarrassed. I agree, dude. Absolutely, Todd. Pathetic. Thank you, Marty. Give the nachos to Squid because you can't. Exactly. Sid the Kid says, fuck the Squatters. Can't stand losing to them. Damn it, Angels. Show some freaking some heart. Exactly. Let's go football, Ryu says. Hunter says, Padres did something I haven't heard tonight. It's called winning. Never heard of that. Exactly. They're allergic to it up here. Anthony says, do something, Perry. Squiddy Poo. Grillmaster says, Angels scoring their one run a game like points at the show. Whose line is it anyway? Points don't matter. That's a throwback. EQ says, what are the Angels? Do they still exist? Apparently not in Anaheim. Boring ass game. No competition whatsoever. Yes, Daniel. When they don't show up like this, it's super, super boring. Joe Adele at least is okay. Not good tonight, obviously. Scott says highest batting average in the lineup is 285 Ward, and he was 330 before Melvin took over. Exactly. Dodgers fans intoxicating themselves tonight with a celebration beating up a floor mat. Joey says fireworks show was legit as fuck. That's about the only thing that's going to get fans there. Randy said that Suarez isn't a starter. There it is. Suarez makes my fucking eyes hurt. Will says I'm frustrated but still hanging in there for hope. Danny says, and there it is. I mean, you gotta hope. But still, I mean, what do you gotta hope for when this team can't hit? We don't deserve a fireworks show. Anthony says, why not offload, or why did we offload? I told you guys I'll take the phone calls when I'm ready. I'm almost ready. Hold on. Martin says, why did we offload Cobb? Because he was a free agent and they didn't want to sign him back. Suarez is the opener for long reliever. We can see what he does in the Angel staff, can't we? That's why we do like Randy. Artie Moreno needs to sell the team to Steve Ballmer and move the team to Long Beach. Juan says, I agree, Todd. They are pathetic. Dan Rio says, choke up on the ball. Let's fucking go. Exactly, Joey. Something that these guys can't teach our players. Let's all throw our jerseys on the field and protest, buy tickets in right field and let it fly. Oh, boy, that'd be great. Choke up on the bat. Joey's saying again. James says, Stassi looking at a strike again tonight, striking out. He's statue Stassi. Yvette says, angry Todd. Martin says, if it caught March's home run ball, I would throw it back onto the field. It's a shame how we have such a good fan base and we all we want is to win, and they can't care. They couldn't care less. Agreed about the choking up. Daniel says even those teams that lose 3-10 can beat us. Absolutely, and they will. They will. Detroit, Pittsburgh, if we played them, all these teams could beat us. Angels used to have a good fan base. Now they're all Dodger fans, and they're loud. We are in it. They need to win 30 straight. There you go. Stop going to the fucking games. Boycott this team. I really want 11,000 or less to show up to Angel Stadium, and that will send a message. Anthony says, calm down, Leaf. I just called. Oh, that was you non-subbing in. All right, call in right now. We'll take the phone calls now because I haven't had you on. I know you've been dying to call, Ed, so we'll have you call in. The curse in LA is real. Drop the freaking name. Hold on. I'll get Ed first since he's been calling. So just call in, Ed, and I'll get you in. Ever since Trout had his son, he's gone down the hill, Anthony says. Matt Miles says, haha, the fact that Dodgers took over the stadium, or hate the fact that the Dodgers took over the stadium. Let's see. The real Todd Lodge, LOL. Hold on, let me see. I think this is him. It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, it's Halo Easy. What's up?
Hey, what's up, my man?
Yo, man, I was like, yo, I had to hop in. I had to hop in for sure. I had to.
Oh, do it, man. Let's go. Let's see what you got, man, because this is our first time calling, right?
Yeah, it's my first time calling, so I'm pretty excited for this, though. Not gonna lie.
Well, let's hear it, bro, because we have, by the way, if you don't know Halo Weezy, he's on Twitter, and he's been on the podcast before. He has some really good takes, so let's hear what you have to say, man, because you're a diehard Angel fan, man. What the fuck is going on?
Dude, this is I don't know, bro. This has to be like the worst season of Angels baseball I've watched so far, bro. Like, this is insane. Like, I have absolutely no words. Like, I don't know. Artie does not care about this team at all. And for me, I've been on Angels Twitter for about 2 years, and I've been the only one talking about boycotting games. And now I think it's really time to actually start boycotting games and make our actions like known. Because like what you were saying, like I would like to see like 11,000 and less at Angel stadiums. Like, to me, it makes no sense that people are still going to games. Everybody's like, oh, like I just want to go see Shohei. Like, I get that. But then at the same time, we all want this team to be good. We all want this team to be great. We all want this team to make the playoffs and end that 8-year drought.
Mm-hmm.
We all want that. And the fact that nobody's willing to boycott games and everybody's just still like going to buy like City Connect merch, like, I was kind of amazed that they dropped the City Connect merch during that 14-game losing streak. I honestly thought like they should have kept that like till after the losing streak. But I mean, what more can you say? I mean, we could have gotten a shortstop. We should have gotten a shortstop, but instead we decided to go the cheap route. It's honestly frustrating. Like, guys just are not showing fight out there. I'm happy with like Luis Rengifo and some of the other guys, but man, it's been frustrating to watch, especially this weekend. I mean, losing to the Dodgers, like, it sucks. It honestly sucks. I mean, what more can you say? Literally, I mean, we're being ran by a guy who does not care about this team at all. We have another Stan Kroenke, bro. It's insane, bro.
It is.
I don't.
I mean, it's really frustrating to see the fact that other fan bases walk in here and they could walk out happy. It used to be the other way around. It was hard to beat the Angels at Anaheim, and it's just not anywhere close to that. And I think a lot of people got adjusted to coming to the stadium a lot because growing up when I was a kid, we'd have 15, 20,000 fans at the stadium. We thought that was a good crowd. But, you know, you routinely from the Socha era had sellouts. And you know, so it became a thing to do, you know, on a Friday night or Saturday night or even during the week. So you got a lot of fans that are used to going just because they're used to going. But those fans are the ones that need to stop going. Those fans are going to be the ones that are going to be like, hey, you know, we're going to do something else on a Wednesday and on Thursday or a Friday. You know, let's not support these guys. Because like you said, you put like 10,000 or less in that stadium. When it's empty, it looks dead empty. And I think they'll see there's no covering that up. When you go to an empty stadium, you could definitely tell, and it's a different vibe. And we need to send a message. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this. I've been preaching it on Twitter since 2020, since like the middle of the season in 2020. I've been preaching it. You know, I wanna support our little rally, but you know, with certain reasons I can't. But I feel like there needs to be something that has to go on. Like, I don't know who's going to buy this team from Art, but, like, he does not care. And it's just super frustrating to see people still going to games and acting like they still care just for us to lose, for us to get blown out or to lose by 1 run. It's insane.
Yeah, and this whole like last 3 or 4 years saying, oh, we need to save up money for this, for Ohtani and everything, and bargain basement. You still could have signed these guys for long-term deals. You still could have got big-name free agents, and then you could have just moved guys around or trade guys if it came down to that not going over the cap. So that's not an excuse. That's just a cheapskate move by Artie. So, you know, he's put this team in a worse position than ever. I never thought it would stoop this low as far as, you know, us starting. And I think when we go to the games, we need signs and we need goddamn paper bags and sections of paper bags. You know what I mean? If the Mets can come in there and have an entire, you know, trout farm filled up with Mets fans, I'm pretty sure the Angels fans are smart enough to get a good group of like 40 to 50 people at least with trash bags. And I think that would be great. I think that would send a message. Because you can't focus off. You can't take the camera off that, dude. You just can't.
No, you literally can't. I think there's actually paper bags around the stadium. If you actually go to Big A Burger, they actually have paper bags, so you can get some from there. I think Corner Market too inside the stadium has some, so it's pretty easy to like get them, or you can even sneak it in. But I honestly think there needs to be like a little message, like something that has to go on, because it's totally getting frustrating, especially with these guys in the lineup. Like the offense is just, it's horrible. It's like they just want to pick it up when Ohtani's on the mound, but after that, it's just like it's a shithole to watch. It's literally a shithole to watch throughout this offense. It's, I don't know. It's
I mean,
bad.
You go up there pleasantly surprised when they do anything. You know, you don't expect anything. I expect a 1-2-3 inning most times. I expect 10 strikeouts or more a game. And when Ohtani's actually saved himself in those wins that he's gotten, like people are like, oh, well, the offense is coming through a lot when Ohtani's out there. It's like if you look at the games, like, or the box score, you know, Ohtani's got like 3 or 2 RBIs, or he's hit a big home run, you know. So I mean, he's helped himself out, you know. But the rest of the guys can't do shit, dude. They can't do anything.
They can't do nothing. Like from Taylor Ward all the way down to like Jared Walsh to Andrew Velasquez. I mean, it's very frustrating. I love those guys, but damn, it's just so bad to see them at the plate. Either they're not swinging at anything, hoping that these pitches are going to be straight balls to where they just get on base on a walk, and it's like you're going to have to swing at something. You know, you're going to have to know your pitch, and it's sad to see. It's so sad.
It is. Well, we're gonna have a couple days off from this madness, and we'll have to see how they come out, if they come out at all, or they're gonna be the same shitty team in the second half. I mean, at least show me something. You know, that's got to be the theme of the second half. Show me something.
That's it. They just got to go on a winning streak. They have to go off, and they need to acquire some pieces at the trade deadline. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right, well, hey, Loeasy, thank you for calling in, man. Love the insight and the passion, my man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on. You have a good night, man.
You too. All right, that's Halo Weezy right there checking in now to leave open the phone line. So how the fuck are the hitting coaches and the pitching coaches not fired yet? Holy shit, this team sucks. Nicholas says, you know, as a Kansas City Chiefs fan, it took in fucking years for our lifespans for a true winning team. The Angels will get there and stay there. It's just a little more patience. I hope so, Nicholas. It took us forever to get the one title. It's the Halo Honk line.
Says Grill Master.
God damn. Was that you or your girlfriend? That was a tremendous scream.
That's me and my frustration.
Damn. Okay.
Team. It's just I'm not impressed by the Dodgers. I'll go up to a Dodgers fan and say, "Hey, bud, I'm not impressed. You beat up the doormat of the league. Give me a break." He can try to punch me in the face, and I'll run away. What the hell is going on? Where's the Crispy Sox award? You need to make a Crispy Sox award. You already gave the IDGAF award.
Well, I'm waiting for our tech man to come back, and then we'll have that scene selection for Crispy Sox. Trust me.
James, where's my technology?
Exactly, it's on its way.
No, that scream was me. I'm actually on my way home. I'm not speaking on my Bluetooth, by the way. I'm wireless, hands on the wheel.
Okay.
I've been driving, hands are on the wheel like golden earring.
Jeez.
So I'm going to tell you this right now when it comes to trading. Luis Rengifo had another 2 hits, which Luis Rengifo is making me happy at least. Mm-hmm. And my mom has enjoyed watching Rengifo. He seems to always work hard, and he's finally putting it together. With these hits that he's getting, Rengifo's stock is going up, and he'll actually be able to get, I think, something pretty solid for him. It reminds me of what the Ducks did last year with Rickard Rakell at the trade deadline, when he scored a bunch of goals in a short stretch, and they got a first and 2 second-round picks and a young developing defenseman.
Yeah. I mean, they maximized what they could out of that.
No, I'm thinking of the wrong trade. But they got a lot for that guy. That's the point. and I think if you trade Renifo, you're gonna get one established MLB player and a couple of prospects.
I don't know if Renifo's worth that much right now, dude. I'm telling you right now, as good as he's been, which is just you look at Renifo and you're like, oh man, he's on fire. But that's because everyone's so goddamn ice cold. He looks like he's blazing, but he's really not. He's producing like we thought he would. Finally, he's not really that hot. It's just the fact that everyone around him can't hit for shit. So he looks great.
He's now got 15 hits in his last 15 games, something like that.
Look, again, you need more of a resume to get some good players like that. I'm just being truthful. Look, I would love for them to fleece another team. I just don't think that there's someone out there like, we need Renifo. I just don't see that, you know?
So, Perry, the trades last year when they happened, do you think that was Perry doing the trades, or do you think that was Artie forcing Perry to do trades, like trying to read his mind into
Artie's
who
not,
he was trading?
We're giving him way too much credit. Artie's not that smart. The deadline moves that he made last year was just to try to get rid of some dead arms for some fresh arms. That's all he did. He really didn't get too much in return. He got some promising guys that kind of helped out the rest of the last season, but nothing too big. You know what I mean? So I was more impressed in the draft, but and what he did in free agency. So we'll see again round 2 for his trade deadline, and we're going to be in the same spot, if not way worse, which is we're going to be sellers, dude. We're going to be sellers. So
yeah, we're sellers in the cellar, literally.
Yes, we are.
But
yeah.
And then your last guy, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think you would compare Moreno to Stan Kroenke, and I'm surprised by that because Kroenke won 2 championships with 2 different sports teams.
Yeah, well, he did, but then he bought both of them. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't like Kroenke per se, the person Kroenke, but you can't argue with his success. I mean, he bought both titles, so look, because who would have given the Avalanche a chance in hockey? You know what I mean? And then they freaking just buy a team and freaking win a title, and did the same thing with. I still think he did some shady ass shit with the Rams, dude. That team was supposed to be in salary cap hell, and they're able to resign guys left and right. So I don't get that, dude. There's got to be an investigation right there. They're banging the drums like the Astros.
Yeah.
But
anybody listening to this show for anybody listening to this show outside, actually, I just discovered this coming up near the 710 here. It's a harvest moon outside.
Okay.
Just for something cool. It's a harvest moon outside. I can see it out here coming up on the 710 freeway.
There you go. Your Harvest Moon update brought to you by Grillmaster.
Yeah,
all right.
The harvest moon in orange. The good news. Hey, I got good news. Ohtani is pitching Game 1 versus the Bravos on Friday. That means we have a sliver of a chance to win the game. Woo!
If he scores some runs, he's got to get a home run or 2. But all right, Grillmaster, I'm gonna get back to these comments. I'm way behind.
Yeah, and Atlanta's a completely different team this year, so we'll have to see how that goes. Go Angels, if you can even say that. I really want to watch hockey. Go Ducks and go Angels. We'll see you. We'll see you get to more callers.
All right, Grillmaster, have a good night.
All right, peace out.
All right, Show Enough says, never been so disappointed in my life. This team freaking sucks. Disgusting, shameful. Leaf says Marsh is going to end up with 20 bombs and nobody will care because they're garbage. And I get it. Dylan says, till Artie sells the Angels, they will never be relevant. Is football season here yet? Go Cowboys, Matt says. Ronan says, at least my Rams won the Super Bowl. Right, Todd? A&S Auto ad says, go Orioles. They continue to mash. I give the Orioles credit. And the Mariners. Good God. Danny Glover won't save us, Iron Giant says. Alex says, is winning a thing to us? No, it's not. Fuck the Cowboys. Move to Texas. Dan says, Leafs stop calling. No hope and no patience given. Rally Chris says, I don't know if I'm the person that called in. If it was Gooby, he saw my DM. I told him if he can call in. I gave him the new number. Shoot, he might have. Actually, yeah, he oops. See if he calls in again. I might have yeah, that might have been Gooby. My bad. Daniel says we don't even deserve the flames that come out of that hit a home run. Rally, tell him to call in again, dude. I'll get him on if it's the number I'm thinking. If it's the 818 number, then yeah, because I don't have his programmed in here like I did before, and I declined that one like 3 times in a row. Let's see. I asked Gooby to call in. Let's hope. Whoops. First time caller Wheezy, you get the squid jersey. Martin says no paper bag tonight, Marco. No, I'm going to go with a paper bag when we start the second half of the season. I went with a wig tonight. I'm done with the Angels. Adrian Guerrero says, Artie Moreno, please just sell the team. Not 11,000, I say 1,000. I don't think we can outdo Oakland. I'm not spending one more penny on the Angels stuff, putting away the current gear until next year. Martin says Artie buys cheap ass shortstops and he can't buy an expensive, or he can buy expensive wine. Let's see who this is. I believe this is someone I know. It's the Halo Hawk line.
Hey, it's me.
What is going on? What school did you go to, young man?
The home of the Tritons.
That would be the Cheesecakes.
Yeah, but guess what?
What happened?
I've been partying tonight.
You been partying?
Yeah, I've been partying.
Oh, okay. What have you been drinking?
Soda.
Okay. I heard beer.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony says, let's put something together and boycott this team. Can you do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I was at my family's house and I watched the game. And, yeah.
Okay. No surfing tonight?
No, because I was at a party with my family.
Oh, so you did the do in moderation then. So you didn't do the do. You didn't do Mountain Dew. You did Shirley Temples and cheesecake?
Yeah, there was cookie cake.
There you go. We can always count on you for our no Little Debbie's tonight?
No.
Oh, okay. So what else you got? What else you got, Mountain Dew King? Because you're definitely not on Mountain Dew because you're not so hyped up tonight.
Well, guess what?
What?
Tomorrow I'm going to a church camp.
You're going to church camp?
Yeah, I'm going to get so much Mountain Dew this week at night.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you continue to do that, my man. I'm going to get back to some of these comments.
All right.
All right, bro.
Well, I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, man. Have a good night.
See you, go Angels.
All right, go Angels. That was Mountain Dew King. Man, he was like the most tempered ever. Buyers or sellers, Church says, we're terrible. We are so sellers. Sell the team, Artie. Mama Luigi says, Angels fans just busy on their phones. Exactly. Dodger also says, how about them Thunder Sticks? Shut up. I go and get toilet paper and wrap it. Martin Boylan says, Halos are going to be sellers. Someone has to sell this team. Trade Trout. Dan Rio says, let's not show up with the bags on our heads. Let's just not show up. That's a good one too. Let's see, we have another phone call here. It's the Halo Hawk line.
Hi, it's James from Norwalk. First time, long time.
This is not your first time, but go ahead.
I too am going to church camp this week.
Yeah, sure you are. You're gonna burst into fire, James.
Oh, I love Hammer, dude. Oh, wow. Hey, shout out to Weezy for calling in. You know, he holds it down on Twitter. He's the voice of Angels Twitter for sure. He's got the spaces going after each game. You know, he keeps it real. And, you know, I think we all got to do our part boycotting. Like, I had so many games planned to go. You know, I told you about half of them. And now it's like, screw those giveaways. If I really want it, I'll go on eBay. But other than that, I had no reason to go, dude.
I want to try to get the cheapest ticket and just get one of those throwback ones. That's mainly my only thing that I want to go to, at least before the end of the season.
For the love of the game.
Hey, real quick though, Anthony Gonzalez said the scream that Grillmaster did was his dick getting caught in his zipper.
Oh, what was that? Oh yeah, there's something about Mary.
Hold on real quick. Do you want to talk to Gooby with me?
No, you go on ahead, man.
No, it's Giddy for Gooby time. You're on. Here we go.
All right.
Hello? Hello?
Todd.
Hey, what's up, Gooby? How you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
I wish I had better things to talk about tonight, my man. How was it at the stadium tonight?
Well, it was tough. I mean, it's frustrating, because the way the team is playing right now. It's the guys want to go out and put up some W's, and it's been a struggle, man. It's no sugarcoating, especially where the team was all the way up to mid-May, and then all of a sudden you're looking here in mid-July, and it's completely the opposite. So it's frustrating for everybody.
Yeah, I have one of our callers on, James. He wanted to say hi to you, Gooby.
Hey,
What's up, James?
Gooby. Hey, great meeting you earlier this year before the pregame show, or after it, I should say. I'll tell you what, you and Matt tonight, definitely hilarious. Even when the team was down a certain amount of runs, you kept us entertained. And I know that's really hard to do sometimes, but, being the voice of the team and on television, it's really good to hear you guys. And, little things that Matt says, the Dodger pitcher, Caleb Ferguson, looking like Chipper Jones. I always loved when he did that in San Diego, and then you're there with him. So that's awesome. I wondered, Gooby, do you have a message for the Angel fans here and, all over about the second half of the season, what they can look forward to, how the Angels can get out of this funk and, just get some respectability maybe going into next season? Is there any message you have for the Halo Nation out there?
Yeah, Jim, that's a good question, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, just going back to what you said about the game, we just try to keep everyone, involved in a game. It's a tough game like this. Got lopsided pretty early. You just try to keep everything in focus as far as, reflecting on some positive stuff that happened in the first half. We showed a lot of highlights of that. Talked a little bit about the upcoming All-Star game and a couple of our All-Stars with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. But, as far as the second half, obviously people always say, well, you're overly optimistic, but I'd rather be that way. I'm always going to be that way, and I'll live that way the rest of my life. It came from nothing, and I believe I've been lucky enough to succeed at some things where nobody else gave me a shot at. So I'm going to think in those same ways for the team. I mean, get Trout back, and I was talking to him earlier today. I thought he was ready to go, and then boom, just before the game, he was down there in the cages trying to get right for the game, and his back is flaring up again, so he wasn't available. You got to get him back to health. You got Shohei doing the things he's doing. Get David Fletcher back in the second half. Brandon Marsh is encouraging his last couple of games, couple home runs. I still believe that Jared Walsh is going to swing the bat like he was last year. I still believe that Taylor Ward is going to be the guy we saw over 2.5 months of the season. Same thing with Max Stassi. I mean, there's a balance in the lineup that I feel can still be there. Now, I talked about it a little bit during the game. Seattle and Baltimore. Did anybody expect Seattle to win 14 in a row and Baltimore to win 10 in a row and then lose one and then win one today? I mean, no. So it's in there. I think the starting pitching for the most part is giving the team a chance. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see more innings out of the starting pitching, that's for sure. But I can't, in my mind, think, being 10, 11 games over 500 like they were in May is not the same team that we could see in the second half and turn this around. I firmly believe it's there. Anthony Rodona won't be back, so maybe he comes back in September, but more likely not. So you won't have him at third base, and that's a big hole for the team. But the other guys, like I mentioned, Walsh, Ward, Marsh, Joe Adell, these guys are going to swing the bat, and they got to be more consistent. They're working extremely hard. I'm there 4 hours before every game, and I'm watching how these guys are working, and the coaching staff, the hitting staff with them. If this offense performs like it should do, then this team could turn it around, and I firmly believe that's always a possibility.
Well,
regardless of what anybody says, there's plenty of time still to play some good baseball.
Yeah, there's an entire second half left, Gooby, but we as fans have questions because obviously you have more insight being there a lot earlier than we are. A lot of times, when they open the gates, the Angels are just already finished with their hitting, what they're doing either under the stadium or on the field. But, given what you've been through in your major league career, I know there's been slumps on the Royals when you were there. Do you think that there's things that the Angels hitting instructors can be doing to help these players reach their full potential, sort of like what you saw maybe slump busting in Kansas City? Because I know you had some good teams down there and you had some good hitting instructors. What do you see that kind of do you see it more on the players right now not being able to perform, or the hitting coaches not maybe reaching these players like they should?
No, I definitely I talk to those guys religiously on the hitting side, with Jeremy Reed on down. The work they're putting in, a lot of people don't see how much work they're putting in, not only on the field, but early work on the field and then in the cages where but when it comes down to when you struggle offensively or when you're on the mound, the same thing, you press and you're trying to do too much. I think that they just have, all the hitters is, now this could, not that you love 5 days off, because a lot of times that throws your timing off, but the timing's not there at this moment anyhow. So this is the 5 days you can just clear your mind of all the negative things that have been going on at the plate. From the strikeouts, the call third strikes, not getting guys over men on second, not getting guys home when they're on third. These guys all can do that. They all can perform at the highest level. I firmly believe that, and the coaches are putting an incredible amount of work into trying to get them in. Sometimes you work too hard, you swing too many times. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's something where these 5 days off is going to allow them to relax and be more consistent at the plate.
Well, that's been the thing. Like we've been seeing like a pattern. Like if you've seen like Marsh, he's striking out. Like I think he leads a team, or he's second in strikeouts. I know, like you said, he came through with a couple home runs the last couple nights. But like the lack of like consistent hitting with runners in scoring position, certain guys haven't laid off certain pitches. This is the most I've been watching Angels baseball where they've been taking a lot of pitches and not protecting the plate. Like Mark Langston was like, "Hey, I would like these guys to," because I heard him on the radio. Like I'd like these guys to choke up more, and try to protect the plate more. Would you be preaching that to our players to simplify more than overthink?
That's a great question, Todd. I think we're in an era in baseball, though, when you ask people, especially on the analytics side, that they're not into this, choking up the bat trying to make contact. They're in there to get multiple runs, and instead of just the one run home. And is that the right theory to come with a lot? Not always in my mind, mm-hmm. But that's what the players are being taught. So again, a lot of times we fault the hitters for not getting them home, but they're kind of going to what we're everyone in the game itself is trying to do. But certain hitters like Freddie Freeman, you see him choking up, Anthony Rizzo, those guys, Mike Trout does. It gives you better handle of the bat. You can still use the barrel of the bat on it consistently, and you got more control of the bat, more control to get the barrel to the baseball when you choke up in those situations. So I think there's going to be some significant things work better in the second half. I mean, you're going to face an incredibly good team in the Atlanta Braves who are on fire. They win tomorrow, they're 20 games over 500 for a club that was well below 500 not that long ago. So, mm-hmm. There's some things to work on. You just got to get some guys going. You got to get Trouty going in the right direction. Trouty's going in the right direction. Taylor Ward, at the beginning of the season, those two at the top of the order were putting up unreal numbers. Slugging percentage, on OPS, everything was off the charts, and that's when everything was clicking. It's Shohei, and Walsh and those guys were all swinging the bat well. Well, collectively, outside of Shohei Ohtani and Rengifo, which is a good sign, swinging the bat, you need that balance. You need to have guys that you're counting on to be run producers producing runs, and they haven't done that in a while.
That's true. James, you have a question?
Yeah, just real quick about tonight's starter, Jose Suarez. And we talked about this here on the Todd Fox pregame show before and tonight. Do you think Jose Suarez will ever be good enough? Can he get the right coaching to be that pitcher that can go 5 or 6 innings? Or is he just relegated to be, maybe an opener or a long reliever? I just wondered, what would you coach him up about to get him where he needs to be as a starter?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it today, for instance, when you have like 6 strikeouts and 3 2/3, and that's against a very good lineup for the Dodgers. So there were signs where, wow, his stuff looks great. I mean, at one point, we showed it on TV. He had a strikeout with a slider, he had a strikeout with a changeup, he had a strikeout with a curveball, and a strikeout with a fastball. So here's 4 pitches in a 5-batter scenario where you had strikeouts with all those different pitches. So that tells you, yeah, stuff is there. But baseball is a game of results. You can't allow big innings to go against you. And what I would say to him is, when those things start to occur, you don't try to throw harder. You try to throw better location. That means maybe you take off a mile or 2 off your fastball to maybe have a little bit more movement. Same thing with your breaking ball. Maybe you get somebody out in front and have soft contact. You got to try to slow it down on the mound and prevent big innings. Most young pitchers, when they get caught up in that, they try to throw harder, and that flattens out your pitches, and you end up having a big inning going against you. I think it's there, but it's got to be. You got to think he's got to be into the 6th inning every time. Every starter should always, your mindset. Personally, I think you should always think about 7 innings. But that being said, 6 innings seems to be the magic number now as far as your starting pitchers. For most of them, you got to go out there every day going, anything less than 6 innings, I didn't do my job. So to do that, I have to prevent big innings. And preventing big innings means slowing the game down, not trying to throw the ball through the catcher, making good pitches, and maybe have a little bit better movement, a better sink on your fastball to keep the ball on the ground and not in the air like the home runs today.
Do you think in the long run, I'm just going to follow up on James's real quick because I don't take too much more of your time up, but Suarez or Jaime, do you think can crack this starting rotation more in the second half? Because I've been kind of like trying to see if Jaime can be that guy finally to crack the rotation. I like his stuff at times. Do you think if Suarez can't, because Suarez kryptonite seems to be the 4th inning, but do you think Jaime has a good chance to maybe get a few starts here in the second half?
I mean, the only thing is he's been really valuable in the role he's been at. As part of it, sometimes that goes against you. You're valuable in that role, but I still think he's a starter. I've always thought he was a starter, and I anticipated him being in the rotation at some point this season. So I think you're going to see a couple guys getting that opportunity. I still like Chase Silseth a lot. I think he, there's times where he just kind of, because you're young and he hasn't thrown a whole lot at the professional level, and he's only drafted last year, he'll figure it out that he needs to maybe take a deep breath, maybe take a step back when he's on the mound because his stuff's there. I think he's got a chance to be really good. So you're going to see a lot of those guys get opportunities in the second half. I really do. I mean, Michael Lorenzen's getting close to coming back. I think prior to having a little bit of that shoulder fatigue, what he's going through, he was pretty consistent this whole year. So when you look at it, we talked about it today. The starting staff has a 3.79 ERA going into the game today. It's 5th best in the American League. With the offense, which is what it should be, the way it was, that should get you well over the 500 mark as far as a season and winning percentage. But it hasn't been the case because the offense has struggled now. I think there's a lot left in there, but I think Faria could be a guy that maybe Phil Nevins thinks about going forward.